won't join it. That's just the way I normally talk if I'm not at work, though.
Oh, me too. And I'm recording again. By the way,
Okay.
For me, like I said, I don't give a frack. You know, personally, I probably curse more than any of you guys. But I said probably. I was in the army, and I am a hockey fan, a real hockey fan.
Did you grow up on Kevin Smith?
Not just by proxy, Mister Doll. No, I have no personal issues with it, and I know the majority of our audience doesn't, but the almighty algorithm does, and therefore
it shall be done.
We shall not have potty mouths. We will not use the F word. Shit and bitch, however, are acceptable.
Oh, those are cool. Sweet.
In moderation, Nick. In
it's not like that South Park episode where it counts the number of times they say it.
I love that. The first time they were able to say shit on TV. That was great. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. Woo, the craziness. There you go. Nick took my spot. Here on the Genreverse podcast network and YouTube channel, available wherever you get your podcasts from and wherever you get your YouTubes from. Hopefully you get your YouTube from YouTube. Otherwise, you might be giving someone your data, and that's not good. Someone other than Google your data, which is not good that they have it. Anyways, we're not here to talk about who's got your data. You're here to hear us talk about Marvel news, because there's nothing to review this weekend. We already chewed through most of the good Marvel stuff, and I personally don't want to watch any more trash. I'm kind of done with trash, but we'll see what the future brings. I'm Kyle, that's Nick, and if you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because not only do we have Marvel stuff, but if you're into Star Wars, we got that. If you're into video games or weird movies, we've got that. If you're into anime, oh my god, dude, we have anime for you. So subscribe, follow, and check out lrmonline.com every day for all entertainment news, needs, and opinions. I think I got some lights that somewhat match our background. I kind of got like a blue thing going on above, and the red behind me. It kind of matches.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
What's up, Nick? How you been, man?
It was just a long day. That's why I almost forgot. I did forget we were podcasting, because nonstop people at the Amazon recruiting office today.
Fun. One of the cities near where I live just opened up one of their big robotic facilities here, and it's pretty cool looking. It's been on the news, and I would love to go just out of curiosity of the function, like to watch it all work. I would love.
We used to give tours before COVID. I don't think we started this again. We're not allowed to take pictures in there, but anyway.
Anyways, we got a couple of trailers this week, Nick. One that really, I did a reaction. You guys can find it here on the channel. You can also find it. Go away. So if you guys ever see me look around the corner, I have a small screen like right here that can cover up the bottom right corner of one of my monitors, and there's where the taskbar is. There's where sometimes little X's for ads go and things like that, and I have to look around because of what things in the way. But I did a reaction to this, and I have to say, Nick, I am cautiously optimistic, more cautiously optimistic than I've been about other things in the past. I like Ant-Man a lot.
We are talking Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I liked the first two movies way more than what some people seem to like themselves. Paul Rudd is great. This felt like a return to form for Marvel. It feels like what I'm expecting, but so did from just the trailers, so did Doc Strange and Thor Love and Thunder, both of which left me disappointed for different reasons. Man, what'd you think of it?
Just the minute Jonathan Majors shows up as King, that's really all I care about. I mean, I agree with you. I like the Ant-Man. I rank them a lot higher than most people, because most people, they're kind of an afterthought because they throw them in weird spots. Usually they end
palate cleansers.
Yeah, like the first one ended phase 2, which made no sense. And the next one was just plopped in between the Avengers movies. And seems like a lot of people, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was one of the movies of the originals that most people haven't seen. Like, I think more than any other movie that I can think of. I know a lot of people who skipped that and didn't even skip Captain Marvel just because they're like, why is Ant-Man important in between Avengers movies?
I mean, he really wasn't, other than
just the post-credit scene.
And that really wasn't important. It was just to know that Scott gets stuck.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, my one worry is, which I guess I was thinking about this, like I don't know if we were recording. I was just at Walmart and they were playing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which of course is the song throughout the trailer. And I was listening to it, and so I've already was thinking about it on my way home, forgetting we were even going to podcast about it. And I was like, this is definitely the direction the franchise has been going, but I'm a little cautious about it all taking place in the quantum realm. Like, if because it looks beautiful, but at the same time, some of it in the trailer looks kind of green screeny because it's an early trailer.
Don't
shot
say,
in the volume.
Don't give that early trailer stuff, Nick, anymore. That's gone out the window. I know that they still do occasional touch-ups, but the days of drastically better CGI between trailer and release, those are gone. Think about all the things you've seen. How many of them got that much of a cleanup that we saw, say, with Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yeah, that's the last one I can think of. Spider-Man Homecoming trailer changed a lot. Like the scene where he's holding the stuff. So I'm a little worried about the whole movie being in the quantum realm.
The good thing is that they did have the volume, which does one good thing: lighting. It creates whatever light is on that screen gets cast upon the actors, which is completely different than saying, okay, we've got this blue screen set up and we need green lights and we need blue lights, and so someone's out there with green and blue stick lights to cast lighting, and it might not match up, you know. But with the volume, they're lucky on that. But it's still, like you said, a lot of, and not only is it a lot of CGI background, a lot of it is writhing and moving CGI background, which hit the wrong button, which creates more distraction for the eyes and can end up making things look easier to tell that they're, you know, CGI. The one additional plus thing they got with that is that a lot of it's darker, which helps hide the roughness of CGI. I've watched it many times because Jonathan Majors already crushed it, and now we're getting Kang. So one of the variants of who, you know, if you think I'm bad, you should meet my variants. Just wait till you meet my variants. Yeah, this time it is Kang. This is not He Who Remains. He's got scars.
He wears the blue helmet. He looks great. Like,
very happy with that.
He's like not Mephisto. He's like Mysterio. He looks great. We'll see what Mephisto looks like if those rumors come true. But yeah, I'm all in it for him, man. Like, this is it's not just a Thanos level threat. It's just he was so good in Loki that I'm really excited. Like, you can feel the same energy in this, even though it's a variant, but still kind of the same, a little bit of like goofiness, but also like mean. Like, I was surprised they left one line out of the trailer from the Comic-Con.
Have I killed you before?
Yeah. I was like, you're an Avenger? Have I killed you before? Because that would make it even more menacing. But I love it. And to a point where, this is what I was thinking of when I heard the song at Walmart. Brought to you by Walmart. I was like, wow, I actually don't care about Black Panther at all anymore. I just want to go straight to Kang. Like, I don't care about Namor, or T'Challa's not in it. Just give me Kang now. Like, that was my sad realization at Walmart, even though I looked down the pop aisle and saw like a Namor pop. I didn't buy any, but I was like, the song started playing and I'm like, I just want Ant-Man. I want Kang. I don't even care about the Ant-Man characters. Like, and here's one thing that irritates me online. So there's, you know, whenever there's any kind of red light. Okay, so I really don't like the Wanda stands. They're just annoying. Every time something comes out, they're like, well, WandaVision got nominated for more Academy Awards. You know, like, so
Wanda
like,
didn't get any Academy.
Well, they were like, it got nominated for more Emmys. Yeah, that's what I meant. Or one more or whatever. They're always like, oh, or it's like, they're always like, oh, like, I wish I could watch WandaVision again. Oh, I can't wait for the Wanda trilogy and stuff like that. So whenever there's so in this we have Ant-Man kind of unraveling. They're like, oh, it's Wanda's there, just like she did the and there's like red. Whenever there's like a red flashing light, they're like, oh, Wanda's in this movie. And it's like, come on. Since then, we've seen the Bloodstone that has nothing to do with her. The Rally Stone is not even the stone that gave her power. Like Wanda is. Maybe I'll eat my words, like when I said there's no way Harrison Ford will ever be in a Marvel movie, but there's no way Wanda's in this movie. They would distract from the better thing. Stuff. Yeah,
I wish he wasn't in a Marvel movie, but that is old news. We don't need to discuss that news.
I love the trailer. It looks like they're saving a lot. We haven't seen MODOK yet, but we know he's in it.
You know who he is, right?
Yeah, Corey Stoll. Okay. He's been all messed up, all that. And then
I unfortunately know the whole movie.
Like, I know you're always
there's a few specifics that I don't know, and but this trailer confirmed a lot of leaked
stuff
material. Like like 100% confirms it, and there is a chance. I'm gonna say this, ladies, and I'll bring the camera onto myself so you guys can see the seriousness. And if Nick wanted to do something while the camera was on me, he possibly could. Guys, there is a chance that this will end with very little changing going forward still. Like as messed up as that sounds, I think this could be very well executed and be a fun movie, but because it is this potential that it could basically be as much of Kang getting loose and doing things, it might amount to when Thanos puts on the gauntlet and says, I'll do it myself.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, because we still have years until the Kang Dynasty.
I know, but this is the multiverse saga, and this will be yet another film. And again, just potentially, guys, because the fact that it does take place mostly in the quantum realm is true. If then, because then you look at what comes after, like Nick said, you're waiting a while for Fantastic Four, you're waiting a while for Kang Dynasty,
and Secret Wars.
You start. The next thing to come up is Loki season 2, and there's going to be a lot more Marvel stuff that doesn't feel like it's been affected, and that to me is a problem. Like, this is not.
They jumped the gun too much in phase 4.
They jumped the gun too much on the multiverse thing. Well, it's Kevin's fault. Kevin's the one that kept saying every fuck that. Sorry, there I go. I dropped the F-bomb. See what you did? I get so angry at that garbage. What time was that? 13 minutes in. Kyle said the F word. That whole crap. Now I'm completely lost. What was I saying, Nick?
Not much is going to change. And
okay, so Kevin
kind of set us up in a way where we thought it would change faster.
Kevin was the one. Well, no, because Kevin was the one that said it. This will change everything. He said about WandaVision. Nothing. No repercussions from WandaVision going forward whatsoever freaking ever. And I don't care about little things like Spectrum or the other Captain Marvel. No, not that Captain Marvel. Not the other Captain Marvel. The other Captain Marvel.
Right.
Spectrum. Rambo. I'm not talking about small changes like that, and I'm talking universal changes that we were promised. We were told we were going to get that with Loki, and then nothing really mattered from Loki. And then we were told we're going to see stuff change forever with No Way Home. Not really. Doc Strange, again, everything's basically back to where it was when the movie started at the end of it, and we're still in a fairly whole 616. And when you keep selling things one way and that's not what it is, that is frustrating. That's more frustrating than me setting my own expectations and those turning out to be, not met or overshooting or whatever word you want to use. But when you, the frickin' seller, are selling me A and I get B instead, that's BS.
Right.
That, I think a lot of people are really upset at that.
My expectations are lowered
world
now because of because of the lack of movement in Phase 4. My expectations are not to get anything world breaking.
But why settle? Why should we be set? Like, no, this is what you guys. It's all connected. Everything matters. And we were told, like, in Phase 3, we're not going to hold hands anymore. We're just going to tell you guys the stories. And then you get to Phase 4, and I know some of it is the pandemic and things like that. But we get to Phase 4, and it's like not just hand holding. It's like we're being babysat, handheld, and people are just like, just lower your expectation. If you just go into it looking just for a silly good no, why should I be going into an MCU movie expecting 2000s trash when I just got Endgame and Infinity War and Civil War and the first Doctor Strange? Where's our Winter Soldier still, So yeah, I'm upset.
I'm looking forward to it, though. It would be really cool if they finally really tried to connect the movies and TV shows and did a post-credit sequence with Loki leading into Loki season 2.
I would appreciate
that's early speculation. It's like, you heard it here first. Post-credit scene. It has Tom Hiddleston in it. It would make sense if they would connect those a little bit, because we haven't really had any of the post-credit scenes. At least we have in the shows applied to the movies, like in Miss Marvel. But we haven't had a movie be like, hey, go check out Loki on Disney Plus. Yeah, looks good.
Anyways, you want to talk about something that actually made me happy, because I know that it's disconnected. I know that there's nothing to be expected from this as far as broader story. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, Nick. And I am a fan of Christmas stuff. I thought Hawkeye had potential, but again, like most things, they flubbed it up and had a mixed delivery of goods
stocking.
There you go.
Some coal and some sweets.
But I'll tell you, when this first came about and was talked about, I was like, there's only one of two things you do. You do fish out of water for Christmas with some of the Guardians bringing Christmas to a sad Star-Lord, or they go to Earth, and again, you have the weird fish out of water Christmas thing for the Guardians trying to do something for Star-Lord. Well, we kind of got both. It looks like some Guardians are going to go to Earth, while others are going to be elsewhere for some sort of Christmas amalgamation across the galaxy. But what sold me on this was when Kevin Bacon actually shows up, and it wasn't just a gag. Like, this is it's James Gunn. It's his penultimate Marvel project now that he's a DC exclusive,
which I'm sure we'll discuss on Breaking Geek. If you want to check that out later this week,
probably will. But this looked hilarious, man, and the whole idea of Kevin Bacon in this movie or in this special just tickles me, and I would say if there's anything that I'm willing to bet I will enjoy, that this is the one.
Yeah, it's going to be goofy fun. James Gunn hasn't let me down yet in the superhero realm, DC or Marvel. I didn't like 2 as much as 1, but I don't dislike Volume 2 whatsoever. And I disagree. I just agree. I don't disagree. I like the trailer. I don't have a lot more to say about it. It'll make 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon even easier than it's ever been before, because everyone's in the Marvel universe, and now Kevin Bacon's in the Marvel universe. In fact, I like to play 2 degrees of MCU, because really you can link almost any actor with just 2. Based
even
on
Harrison
everyone.
Ford,
you got Christian Bale in there now, Harrison Ford.
If he lives that long.
That's the thing. They might have to recast Thunderbolt Ross after 1 film if they're not careful. Hiring a guy who's 20 years older than William Hurt to play the same character.
That's what I'm saying. Like the when the character was last seen, William Hurt wasn't even 70. And now you got someone over 80 playing the character. And
I like Ford.
Look, Ford is in great health for being over 80, but you can tell the dude's old now. This is not Harrison Ford from 10 years ago. It makes me a little nervous about Indy, and I'm not even a big Indy fan, and I'm just like, he's not bad. He's not stumbling. He's not super weak, but you can tell that's not.
Well, now he's not doing action
Harrison
stuff
Ford.
Anymore. He's just standing around being grumpy, which is what he does great. But yeah, Guardians looks fantastic. I love these features, special presentations. I think it should do more, just because, I really loved about Werewolf by Night that they introduced us to 3 characters that are from the comics, could potentially be important in the future, a MacGuffin that could potentially be important in the future, and they didn't need a 6-episode TV series, and they didn't even need a 2-hour movie. They just were like 50 minutes. Here's this character. Here's this character. Here's this character. Here's a new MacGuffin. So like they can do anything with these, and I'd like them to do more than just holiday specials.
Yeah,
because obviously Werewolf by Night was a Halloween special.
Yeah,
but
it does make me wonder if they'll go the holiday route again in the future. I'm sure we'll get non-holiday specials. There's a rumor that there might be a Silver Surfer special.
Exactly, that's perfect. But you don't need a 2-hour movie or a 6-episode show to introduce him. Just give me 50 minutes with Silver Surfer.
I hope they don't try to do something Christmassy every year.
No, I don't think they all need to be holiday related. They can just call their 50-minute one special presentations. So yeah, I agree. I was really excited. I don't know, Drax and Mantis. I was a little surprised Kevin Bacon didn't know who they were since they helped save the planet. And going back to
would anyone really interview just the random? No, but
going
aliens?
Back to one of the things someone pointed out about the Ant-Man trailer and is that he's written this book, which is probably how everyone knows about how all the events went down. Because you're watching Far From Home, and there's like the documentary about it, and you're like, who was there to see all this happen? Unless one Avenger was like on the news talking about it all the time. And then of course, Miss Marvel also showed that he had a podcast. Yep. So, I was just surprised. Yeah, they're like, but we helped save the world. But no, I guess if 2 aliens showed up at your house, especially in the MCU, you don't know the difference between Drax and Thanos if you're Kevin Bacon.
No, right.
So it is interesting though. We really haven't seen much West Coast except for when Tony Stark lives out there for like for his movies, but not like the Avengers movies.
I was gonna say all 3 were set in California
but like
him.
The Avengers are never out there. It's been She-Hulk, his mansion, and now Kevin Bacon, and then Wonder Man. So I kind of like that they're building their goofier West Coast almost in a way. Not that that'll be a big part of the movie, but seeing the Hollywood sign, you're like, oh, that's their second project that takes place in Los Angeles, like big time.
I was in LA the other day. I went and saw an anime premiere. You guys can hear more about anime on Anime-Versal Reviews, but speaking of Los Angeles and premieres, our own Manny Gomez at Manny Gomez Media on Twitter. I know, right? Look at that. It's almost like
I had to point it out. I ruined it by pointing it out.
Got to see Wakanda Forever. A lot of people got to see it last night, and we've got a lot of early reactions. But of course, we're all about some shameless self-promotion and nepotism here at the Genreverse and LRM. So we're going with Manny first. Now, I'll frame this for you guys. Manny and I, both amongst with others at the website, including Jonesy from Brandon Jones from Breaking Geek Radio, have had some nerves about this movie, have been skeptical about it. Manny and I both have pointed out fears on how much of a movie Letitia Wright can carry on her own. Not a knock against her, just we've never seen her lead, and her performances in Black Panther and Infinity War are fine, but you didn't feel lead from those. So we both very similar thoughts on this movie, open for it to being amazing, but not sold on it from what we've heard. So this is what Manny had to say coming out of the movie. Wakanda Forever is one of the best films Marvel Studios has put out. Beautiful storytelling, character development, and a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Tanak Horta I know I butchered the name, I'm sorry, was phenomenal, but I also got to give props to Miss Wright. Can't wait for you all to see it. That to me speaks volumes just on Manny's alone, because like I said, him and I have been mostly on the same wavelength. Now being in the theater and in that premiere type situation, maybe he's all hyped up and is a little bit more positive than I will be, but I will say that that reaction alone kind of eased my nerves a bit because we are on the same wavelength. What do you think about that coming from Manny, Nick?
That's great that he's saying that. Manny's often very skeptical of Marvel too, because he's DC boy. I mean, we're all both, but he's like the DC man. Like he loves his both. DC.
I don't care DC.
Whatever. Well, I mean, it's okay to be both. That's my point. Yes, Manny is both, but he is one of the people on the site who likes DC better. So
absolutely.
So often I see him being more skeptical even than Kyle about a lot of Marvel projects. So very Manny's true. Saying it's good. It's a good sign. Like I said, though, I'm just not as excited, mainly because of no T'Challa. Like, they're trying to kind of use them more as, like, here's a big hero, or villain, whatever, antagonist for this movie, but not a bad guy that, like, oh, we're bringing in a mutant that you all love. But it's like, well, there's still no T'Challa, so I'm still a little skeptical. But I am excited to see it, especially if there'll be the Ant-Man trailer in front of it.
Some other reactions. Now, I do not know all of the outlets that these writers come from, but I'm using Variety, and I will try to see if they give me context. But Variety's own Clayton Davis said, the movie is a beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman, a visual stunner with Angela Bassett commanding every scene she inhabits. Rihanna's Lift Me Up will do that for many. Another great post-credit scene that's genuinely a jaw-dropper. That's what I read.
That's what I read about the jaw-dropper thing. That got me excited. I don't expect the universe to break. Obviously, this is Black Panther, but...
I will say this. There was a rumored cameo in a post-credits scene that was apparently cut.
Rumored to also be cut, yes.
I don't know what could be more jaw-dropping, and if you guys don't know, just in case the rumored cut isn't true, but I don't know what could potentially. There's one other thing I could think of, not that guy, but his the protagonists for that guy.
I was almost thinking maybe mutants, like more mutants, since we're getting a more movie or
more. Maybe
like maybe there's a big reveal about a bunch of mutants, not necessarily all of our favorites, but the histories. But like, maybe here's a whole island where they've been hiding out, or some shit.
The Verge.
I'm allowed to say that one.
What was that?
I said the S word, and I went, oops. I'm like, no, I'm allowed to say that one once. So.
Oh, yeah. Charles Pulliam, I'm guessing, from The Verge. Wakanda Forever is bigger in scope and scale than Black Panther, but its story is also one of Marvel's most intimate and heartfelt. It's definitely a comic book movie, but it's one that centers grief and the grieving process rather than super heroics and spectacle. Soon, full review soon. That's one of those ones where Jonesy has expressed concerns about exploitation of Boseman's death for, like he said, like this one says, it centers on grief and grieving process.
Which we have so much of in Phase 4. Phase 4 is the phase of grieving.
Yeah, it seems like it. I also have that concern that will it seem exploit just because something isn't meant to be doesn't mean that it can't be perceived as. And unfortunately, in society, perception is reality. That should not be a legal thing, though. Screw you that think perception should be a legal reality thing, because no, that's wrong. But societally, and when we're talking about movies and things like that, perception is reality. So we'll have to see how that one goes. But that review that I read earlier, what I just read now, when I read it earlier, I was kind of like, okay, I'm interested in what you mean by centers on grief. So we'll have to see. Everything has been mostly positive, Nick. I mean, people calling it excellent and immensely powerful story from PN Miroff, I don't know, Parabyte, Danny Fernandez. Wakanda Forever had so many emotions, creepy and brutal in parts.
Ooh.
Everybody seems, but then again, most of the time coming out of these premieres, especially from Marvel,
these are the fans.
They are very, very positive. Well, I mean, dude, these are big time writers sites from Verge, and
these are
the Rap, Collider, Verge, Danny Fernandez is an actress. These aren't like blogs. No, these are.
But Collider is very much a nerd website. Like they only cover like stuff we cover.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But
the Wrap does a lot more than that.
Yeah. So,
Verge
it all seems good and positive, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I take back what I said earlier.
Everything. Yeah.
I'm sure the minute I'm in my seat and I hear the Wakanda theme and they like maybe even over the Marvel logos, I'll be like,
yeah,
we're back, baby. Like, because I mean, there's a lot to be said about Ryan Coogler too, as far as a creative force. And like, I still wouldn't be surprised if he's still. They haven't gotten a Secret Wars director yet, have they?
Yeah. Let me.
I know Kang has Shang-Chi's. Because I would say it's either going to be Coogler or
I think it is
Michael Giacchino, honestly.
Yeah.
Did I just in my mind take a real news story and say I hope?
Well, I know Waldron is writing it.
I think we only know the writer. I don't know.
I think we do. I think maybe Coogler has just been one that people have been saying that they would also want, and I would not doubt. I would not doubt it's. Oh no, the Shang-Chi guy's doing Kang.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, Kang. So
I wouldn't even be surprised if Michael Giacchino got a big shot right off the bat. I know I butcher his last name because he crushed Werewolf by Night, and the director of. It's not like you have to have a bunch under your belt these days or be super famous like Whedon to get an Avengers movie. It's like, okay, you made Shang-Chi. That was a good one. We're giving you an Avengers movie. You don't have to have made 2 or 3 movies first, like the Russos or, you know, Whedon, who's just a giant name even before he had a giant movie like the Avengers. So,
yeah,
excited.
I mean,
it's a good week for Marvel, dude.
Yeah, it has been. It has been an overall exciting week for them. So, we good? I think we're good. I don't think we need to discuss anything else. If you guys do want to hear more things being discussed, you should definitely check out the Genreverse on YouTube, Genreverse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcast from. We've got Animeversal reviews and AVR Squared. That's anime reviews and reactions in one spot. How about that? Genreverse trailer or Genre Shot trailer reactions. We've got the Cantina doing Andor. Nick's got a cat, and then Daily Cup of Genre and Breaking Geek Radio get to cover everything else in entertainment news. Nick will say some other stuff about Breaking Geek, and all those go up on your audio podcast apps like Google and Spotify and Stitcher, and everything can be found. All written articles, written reviews, news, leaks, and rumors, and more at lrmonline.com. And check out the LRM YouTube channel as well for celebrity interviews. So yeah,
check out our Discord too.
There you go,
us.
Nick.
And then I do Break Geek Radio, the podcast, as well as Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. And we are going to be talking about Barbarian this week, a little movie that no one heard of. In fact, the trailer was called Justin Long Movie, and is really. Oh, if you thought Hellraiser creeped me out, oh boy. This movie is so weird. You have to watch it yourself and then tune in because you're better off not being spoiled. But we're talking about that. So
awesome.
And of course, James Gunn betraying Mark. No, not really. I did read one tweet where someone's like, "Look at that! Kevin Feige built his own like nemesis," and it's like they're still friendly. It's like, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what comes out of DC for that. So, screw it. I'll say it. Excelsior.
Enough said.